Welcome back,
Magfest.
Magfest, to a very threatening way to start, where we hit the record button and then
it just didn't work.
It just didn't do
make
anything.
sure we're focused into this game.
Yeah.
Before we hit that spacebar and stop recording again.
Smiley.
Or not even record? I don't know what happened there.
Don't either. We didn't even get a clip at all. We just kind of bit into ourselves. At least I got to put together what I was gonna say. Welcome, where we have done AWA. We've been a little diabolical and met some online friends, and we started an award show. Pretty excited for that. Plug for an award show that probably by the time this video comes out is going to be soon.
Yeah, true.
I think that will be accurate. I'm gonna timestamp this video and say that by the time this comes out,
11/11/24.
Yep.
That's the day this comes out.
That's we'll have an award show in like a month. So
I think that's.
It's been a fun process. We've been learning the democratic process of why voters don't deserve rights. And it's been a good time. Been a good time. I'm a little congested, Higurashi classic, and I think that's about it. Tyler shaved his beard off.
It's back, thankfully. It's awful. I did it for EDA, for him.
Shout out EDA.
But after that point, it was terrible.
Can we get like a Vine Boom picture of the EDA cosplay? And then I did it for EDA, and just boom, there he is.
Okay, sure thing.
Yeah, we did Higurashi group night. That was pretty sick. We had good turnout for that. I think we look great. I'm sure, boom, there's a group picture that we can show of all that.
Or some video or some shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did we even take a group picture?
Yeah, we did. We did before we walked downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah,
we did, I remember.
Okay. I think that's about it. Anything else?
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween for this November video. You know, Merry Christmas, just in case it gets pushed to December.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. There you go. All right.
Where were we?
Were we? Shit. Let's see. Conflict between Hojo, Sadako, and Mion. Suffering depression, local experiments, Hojo siblings, old guy, Tomatake, idiot.
I remember we saw the dude.
Dam construction, murder.
From EVA's perspective, we saw the dude get captured. That cut off the guy's arm. That's where now we know where the arm is.
I think it was this that was our last.
Yeah, I think that was about EDA going to be like, I don't want to use Sadako as a experiment on her brain, cut open her head.
Yeah. Sadako or Satoshi, no. Also no. I don't think so. No. Nope.
We had the draft of the emergency manual.
Yes, but I don't think we have the bottle of wine.
We don't have the bottle of wine.
No. Nope.
Haven't got the Ryugu family to move.
No.
We have the watermelon.
But we don't have the Ryugu family? Nope.
The tea set on the veranda.
Do we have a red capsule?
Do we have a red capsule? I don't remember.
I think there was like...
No,
there we go. Okay, yeah, because we need the third curse. So we don't have
which
the
is
third
the one
curse.
right underneath it.
Yes, which...
Riku's father being marked as opportunist, we have. Mother's suspicion.
Do we have?
We don't have mother's suspicion.
Okay. Well, no, I think we got fucked up because I think we have suspicion, but we don't have opportunity.
No, we have opportunist. We don't have suspicion because we saw the scene where he was in the meeting hall for the Onikafuchi Guardians.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And he said maybe we shouldn't. Blah 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 blah. And then everybody shit talked him.
Yeah. I think
we have
this
EDA's motive.
But I don't know if we have
a
the discontinuation.
Dissection plan. What's the far left?
Far left is...
Detailed test results, EDA's decision.
Do we have his decision?
This
don't,
is the
don't
first
click
page?
it yet. Yeah, this is
First
the first
page?
page. Don't click it yet. Hold on. We're gonna do one of these.
He's safe.
Yeah, we're gonna do one of these just in case, you know. I think it's probably either gonna be the dose experiment or
What was that? What was that? What was that top corner?
this research is coming
Patience
along?
discussion, help from the Queen Carrier.
Well, we have Queen Carrier,
We
and we've
might
dissected.
have this one.
No, I think this is actually
we definitely
it.
have dissection.
Yeah, I think
we
this
might,
is it.
and we probably have help from Queen Carrier.
Yeah, we've already because there's literally a fragment called "Help from the Queen Carrier" that we got. Maybe I'm tripping balls. Okay, I might be tripping balls, but I think I think
Sure,
this is
let's try
it. Yeah. All right,
Hey.
dude, we're gaming. We're fucking gaming, man.
Oh, Fude-san. Thank you for waiting. We just finished the last test. She'll be back soon. Oh god. I hope she's able to help. Of course.
Sorry.
Rika-san will help the whole village. Ooh, it wasn't Rika. I think she'll be able to come up with a treatment soon. We are still looking into the structure, but we're finding out how important Rika-san is to the villagers. People with more serious conditions can't stabilize themselves, but we found out that if they get close to the Queen Carrier, they generate some kind of substance in their brain. This substance has a calming effect, and it seems to have the power to bring their symptoms down. If we can produce this substance, it will end up making for a powerful treatment. That's
Is
Rita's
this,
mother.
yeah, I'm like, is this her mother or her dad?
Sorry. Dad.
I see. Rika has that kind of power. I forgot what her dad sounded like.
You shouldn't be surprised. People say that maidens of the Furude Shrine have the psychic power to calm both souls and demons, don't they? Even before we discovered it, it was already recorded in the history of the last 100 years. That's true. I'm impressed with how wise people were back then. Meep.
Beep.
The tests are all done.
Rika, good work. Yeah, you must be getting tired. Why don't you take this and go get something to drink?
Meep. They took a lot of my blood, so I need to replenish. Rika took the 100 yen coin that was offered to her and ran out into the hallway. I appreciate Rika-san's help. If she hadn't offered her assistance, our research wouldn't have progressed this far.
Rika is very concerned about her friend with the syndrome. She said she wants to help because of her. Doctor, please take Rika's feelings into account.
Misspelled account.
Yeah.
Manga gamer moment.
A count.
Of course! We're taking up a precious time every Sunday, so we'll make sure to get to the bottom of this. We may have to put her through some rather rough experiments, but I hope you understand. We'll never harm her in any way, though. She's such an important person. She's the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama, after all.
I fucking hate how talkative is. Irie? Maybe?
I wonder how people back then found out about this syndrome and how they knew the food. No, this is Dad. I think it's
Okay.
Dad. I'm gonna say
I
Dad.
wonder how people back then found out about this syndrome, and how they knew the Furude family were the descendants of the queen. I'm truly impressed.
By the way, there's something I want to ask you. I would like to ask your permission to collect her cerebral spinal fluid. Also, there's a chance we'll have to drill a hole in her skull to examine the inside of her head.
A hole in her skull?
Of course, we'll take every precaution. Rika-san is the one and only Queen Carrier. We'll make sure that she's safe. Her safety is our priority. Of course, since Rika-chan is a girl, we won't shave her entire head. However, we'll have to ask her to stay at the clinic a little longer so we can keep our eyes on her. She can still receive visitors, of course. You're more than welcome to attend the examination. I'm sure she'll be more relaxed to have someone she knows nearby.
Do you really need to perform this examination? Is it really safe?
I can't absolutely guarantee her safety for either collecting cerebral spinal fluid or for drilling a hole in her skull. There's always the off chance something might go wrong. Also, Rika-chan may suffer from some physical and emotional discomfort. Even if it's this important, we can't perform it without the parents' consent. Actually, I've already talked to Rika-chan about it.
What did she say?
She says that it's fine. I've explained to her the possibility of danger, but we still need your consent.
Sometimes Rika truly believes that she's the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama, so maybe she feels obligated to sacrifice herself for the villagers.
What an impressive child.
Could you please let me talk to my wife? She understands the situation, but I still need to explain it to her.
Sure, of course. Please talk it over with her.
So this examination is an extremely important step in the process of stamping out the syndrome, right?
Yeah. It will solve the mysteries of Hinamizawa syndrome for sure. At least, it'll be the first step. As I already explained, if something happens to the Queen Carrier, the whole community here may be in danger. In other words, it's possible the whole village could end up with terminal symptoms. That's right. According to the studies, within 48 hours of the death of the Queen Carrier, everyone with the disease will become dangerously sick. We must prevent that from happening no matter what.
If something happens to Rika, the whole village will go insane.
Yeah, it's our job to prevent that. It might seem ironic that we have to put your daughter in danger, but this is the only way to stamp out the syndrome.
Dr. Erie, I hope you succeed in that examination.
As I said, there are no guarantees in medicine.
Sure.
Irie answered with a...
Okay.
I don't know. Irie answered with a nod, interrupting Takano's vague response. I feel we'll succeed. I will save Rika-san and the villagers too. I promise.
Okay. I'll talk to my wife. I'll let you know our decision.
Yes, thank you. I guess.
Close enough.
After Rika and her father left, Takano started to laugh. What is it? What's so funny? Oh, nothing. I just thought it was amusing to get permission from both the patient and her parents beforehand. Rika-tan is going through something she doesn't have to. I thought I should as a courtesy. I would have gotten consent from the man last year had he been in a normal condition. Are you being tormented with guilt ever since you started your research here? What do you mean? This type of teasing was normal from Takano. But maybe she had gone a little too far. Irie made it clear how displeased he was to hear that. You can only research Hinamizawa syndrome by using living beings, and you feel guilty continuing your work because of that. Those guilty feelings are a necessity, whether it's a murder or a dissection. The fact that you're taking someone's life is the same. We have to accept that, and at the same time, devote ourselves to our research. That's an extremely impressive theory you have there. Then, Dr. Irie, how many times have you gotten consent before you cut into people's brains? Huh. Irie didn't think Takano knew about that. How many brains have you cut up without consent, using your selfish theory that people commit crimes due to mental disorders as your excuse? That is... Common sense changes with time. Back then, doctors didn't need to explain anything or get consent beforehand. So I don't think you have to be concerned about the past. It'd be a problem now, but it was okay back then, so it's fine. But you feel guilty, and that's why you want to get consent from Rika-chan beforehand, and why you wanted to get it from him, right? That's not true. In the first place, the treatment intersections are... Listen, boy. What you want is a stamp of forgiveness known as prior consent, right? What you want is some stamp of forgiveness, some deception to fill your heart so you can atone for your past sins. If you regretted what you've done, then you'd never get involved with brains again. Yet you're dragging regrets behind as you continue to deal with brains, guilty all the while. If you truly acknowledge your actions as a sin, then you would have refused to accept the appointment as director. Isn't that right, boy? I don't need to listen to this. Excuse me. You must listen. The field of medicine is constantly winning battles against that era's ethics and social values. When Dr. Takano discovered the existence of the syndrome, the people in power at the time just disregarded their own ignorance. And scoffed at his foresight. But he didn't stop researching until he collapsed. He believed that someday he'd be acknowledged. Even if it was after he died, he still believed in it. He could only do that because of how strong his conviction was. If it wasn't for that, he would have given up. A strong will is what keeps research going. Only the most determined can achieve a result. But you don't have that. You're a coward who still can't decide if he should be proud or ashamed of his achievements. How could you accept the position of director with such a half-hearted determination? You knew from the beginning that this research couldn't be brought to fruition without adding further blood to your already stained hands. I don't know what to say. Maybe I am half-hearted. Then why don't you resign? You'll still have the obligation to keep things secret, but at least you won't have to feel guilty anymore. You may be my partner, but you're also simply a person who was requested by my client. Now that this research institute is fully developed, you aren't needed. If you don't even have the necessary determination to do research to begin with, you're an especially useless partner. I'll never quit researching. I'm not afraid of guilt or regret. My conviction is what will take me to the future. Just like Dr. Takano succeeded, I'll succeed alone. That's impressive. However, though, my determination may not come close to yours. I too have a will, and that's why I am here. As you said, I already have blood on my hands. After I arrived in Hinamizawa, they got even bloodier, so I can't just run from my responsibilities. I'll probably continue to be tormented by my unatoned sins, but I won't run. I'll get to the bottom of Hinamizawa syndrome. That is the last thing I can do for the people who give their lives for this research, and also for those who will give their lives from now on. Irie wore a determined look on his face. He appeared different from even a moment before, when he was baffled by Takano having brought up those painful memories. For a short while, Irie's eyes displayed his strong will, and then he turned around. We'll probably get consent for Rika-chan's examination, so please stop preparing for it. Yes, I understand, Director. They got their consent the following week.
Why is Takano like this?
Fucking uncalled for, out of nowhere.
Takano realizing that she can't flex as hard as her granddad when she has partners, so she's trying to gaslight gatekeep girl boss her partner out of the picture. Okay, we have spinal fluid.
We have the consent spinal fluid.
So now we have to find it.
Prior consent for the cerebrospinal fluid.
And I click on that, it's like, what are you, fucking stupid? You don't have that.
The lights came on in the meeting room as the slideshow ended, and all the auditors began to applaud, praising the EDA Institute's dramatic accomplishments.
Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. To be honest with you, I wasn't expecting too much from this Hinamizawa syndrome research. I figured that even if there was progress, it would take 3 steps forward and 2 steps back every decade.
Oh my.
Sorry. No, you're good.
How impressive it is to achieve so much in such a short period. This is all thanks to you, Director Eddie, eh?
Oh no, this is all because of the staff that this is all because of this staff I have supporting me, and Takano-san too. Don't be so humble. The Director ADA is a genius in the field of neurology. After all, he's also produced greater achievements than any other doctor when it comes to the brain.
That's true. Not many doctors as young as you have nearly as much experience operating on brains.
Yo! Hey, congratulations, Lieutenant Colonel Irie. Now I can go back to Tokyo with my head held high. I love Tomatake.
I'm honored to give you something good to take back with you, Tomatake-san. By the way, could you please stop calling me Lieutenant Colonel? I just can't get used to it. I almost prefer Rise-san at this point.
I bet you do, huh?
You sure were a big help. You're the one who secured funding for our research, even when we couldn't produce feasible results. We couldn't have done this without you.
It wasn't any trouble. But really, the results you presented today are just brilliant. Not only have you found the cause of the syndrome, you've also provided a clear path towards future research. We're looking forward to hearing more progress when we come again next time. I'm sure the Tokyo office will quit bothering us about cutting your budget with these sort of results.
After all, we nearly lost our budget for the canned coffee we provided to you all, didn't we?
Ha 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 ha.
Wahahaha.
Tomatake Flash, make sure you report on progress.
Oh, no. That's idiot.
Is it?
Yeah. Because he calls Tomatake-kun. And also it's our progress.
Okay. Tomatake-kun.
Flash.
Make sure you report our progress to Tokyo well enough so that they give us enough funding to hold a party.
Fucking...
We've been getting nothing but the sick. It's time for the carrot. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, sure. That's jobbers.
We'll be happiest if that carrot comes back in the shape of funding.
Based. Fucking hate corporate meetings.
And with that congenial atmosphere, our routine audit was over. EDA was surrounded and being questioned by the National Institute of Infectious Diseases workers who had joined the auditors.
Hey, Takano-san, congratulations! I can't really say this out loud, but all the progress I've seen tonight is thanks to your hard work.
Thank you,
J-Ro.
Thank you, Jiro-san. Jiro-san and I are the only ones who know that the strings are... Fuck. Jiro-san and I are the only ones here who know that strings were pulled in order to create the ADA Institute. So only Jiro-san can understand what I had to go through. But I've only just risen to the stage for my research. My opponent and I are finally in the same arena, that's all. The critical fight comes after this, and it should be getting even more exciting in the future.
Hey, by the way, Manager Nakagawa? Nakagawa told me to tell you he wants you to hold a presentation in Tokyo. Even the Alphabet Board wants to come meet with them. I guess they all want to hear this directly from you.
Oh my, isn't having you explain enough?
Nah. I don't think that's what they mean. I bet they want to meet such a pretty researcher in person, maybe.
My, aren't you being silly, Jiro-san?
I fucking hate Tomatake, dude. He's dumb as hell.
Excuse me, Major Takano? There's a phone call for you from Tokyo. Thank you for holding. This is Takano.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, shit.
Koizumi Sensei.
That's me, old Koizumi. Okay.
Thank you for taking the time to call me.
You know, I heard you made a significant breakthrough, Mio-chan. So I had to call to congratulate you.
Thank you very much. Yes, thanks to your support, we've been able to accomplish the first step of identifying the microbe that causes Hinamizawa syndrome.
I see. Great job, Mio-chan. I'm sure Takano-kun is very happy in heaven right now.
That's a little too early to say. My grandfather was attempting to go beyond merely identifying the cause of the syndrome. His work was about showing the possibility of human thoughts actually being controlled by parasitic agents in our bodies. Only when that is proven will his research be recognized for the great achievement that it is. When we're able to explain all thoughts and religions with parasites, the world is going to be tossed into chaos.
God, could you imagine if that was real? The actual fucking world just disaster that would cause. How interesting. I could just imagine those religious big shots will react once they find out their leaders are parasites. How interesting. I would love to see that. I won't die until you show me that, Mio-chan.
Please don't say that. I look forward to it, though. I do look forward to it, though. I'll make sure that this research will spread shock throughout the world. Then the whole world will finally realize how great my grandfather was. And they'll be fighting each other to read over the documents he left behind. Only then can I say that I've repaid my debt to him.
I'm a little envious of Takano-kun. I don't want money, you know. I don't mind getting rid of half of what I have. I just wish I had a grandchild who would carry on my legacy.
Thank you so much. Those words mean so much to me.
And by the way, I sent you a present. It's a nice bottle of wine for you to celebrate with. I didn't know your address, so I sent it to the clinic. However, they told me they're having a difficult time importing it, so it may take a little while. But when it comes, please have a party with the people who helped you.
Celebratory wine? Well then, I wonder what expensive sort of drink Koizumi-sensei will be sending us.
Oh, it's not that kind of expensive. Don't you remember, Mio-chan? Takano-kun used to keep a particular bottle of wine.
I remember. That's right. My grandfather kept a certain bottle of wine. I don't know if he bought it himself or someone gave it to him, but he treasured it, and he always said he'd open it when his research finally gained recognition. I was a child then, so I don't even remember what brand it was, but Mr. Koizumi would know. He went through all the trouble to find the same bottle of wine for this special occasion. For the first time in a while, Takano felt the same sunny warmth she experienced during her time with her grandfather.
Yo, Koizumi's kind of real for that.
Thank you very much, Uncle Koizumi.
I like it when you call me that, Mio-chan. I don't feel like you're speaking to me when you say Koizumi-sensei.
I can't help but smile along with him, because I think Tomatake
Flash.
and Irie were just having a similar exchange. If you like it that way, then I'll be happy to call you that when there's nobody around.
I'd be happier if you called me that even in front of people.
I don't know exactly how old he is, but if he can laugh so energetically, he'll live for many more years to come. I guess the saying about living a long life is true after all.
Takano-kun and I both wished you were truly part of our family. We really did.
My grandfather had his own family, of course, but because he was so into his research, he became estranged with his wife. They were legally married, but they lived separately. I never met his family when I was a child. I only met them after my grandfather committed suicide.
No!
During his latter years, my grandfather went into psychological despair and began to look at his life with cynicism. His condition became worse over time, and he was shocked at his own dementia. He was afraid of living while his he was afraid of living while his consciousness degraded. So, he jumped off the rooftop of the hospital. Only my name was in his suicide note. None of his family members' names were in it. That's when all of his relatives showed up and took everything my grandfather left behind. They were afraid I was going to get his estate. They had lawyers and all that, so I backed down. I asked for everything in his study in return. Those idiots didn't understand the value of my grandfather's research. They were actually happy to strike a deal out of court, and they could also get rid of the piles of papers and jars with human organs in them. They never even showed up once when he was still alive. Yet, like hyenas, they appeared after his death. I never let them put their hands all over my grandfather's research. Fortunately, I was able to protect my grandfather's soul from their tainted hands. Okay, I'll get going here. If there's anything you need, I'll be sure to call Uncle... Nope.
Oh, yeah. I'll get going here. If there's anything you need, be sure to call Uncle Koizumi, okay? I'll do anything for my granddaughter.
Thank you, Uncle Koizumi. I'll work even harder.
Koizumi gets a voice change every time he shows up. It's pretty based.
He does.
He's just, you know, I don't think, like, when he's on the phone, he has, like, one of those voice changers built into it. And he just picks a different voice every time he calls Takano. Like, just his little rib to, like, fuck with her. Okay, so we got celebratory wine.
Was that the first time we found out he committed suicide?
Yes, it was.
Because of his
dementia? Yeah, which... That's
rough.
That's brutal. It's just brutal. Like, there's nothing else to say. It's just fucking brutal. This one.
Bottle of wine.
Because we have the wine, we have his promise, and we have the emergency manual.
Emergency manual. A roll of a one.
I'm scared.
He's scared.
I'm scared.
Bro, I'm not even gonna know what the special scene is if you get all this, like, right in one go is. I won't even know when it shows up.
That's so lit. I told you I was scared. Look at, dude, I'm so smart. I'm actually so fucking smart, man. I told you, I knew it. I fucking knew it, man. I'm built better.
He's built better.
Save's coming, yay!
What are we? All right, mouse over. What were we missing?
Maybe.
Oh, Tamataki's promise. Yeah, we don't have Tamataki's promise.
Well, then what the fuck?
I think we can do red capsule now, right? No, we can do third year's curse.
No?
No, we don't have suspicion yet.
It is no discontinuation of the Sonic.
We have motive, but we don't have discontinuation. Yet.
This shit's hard.
Distrust of the mother. We don't
have that. We don't have that.
We don't have the research results.
Execution
order.
We don't have this. We don't have this.
Nope.
We don't have this. No. Actually, no, because we can't do H170 yet. No. 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 Do we have any of these? Rossi Agent, no. Game board, yeah. Fragment from Onikakushi, and you need the game board to be set up.
What are we missing?
So, what are we tripping?
what are we missing? Okay, EDA's decision. No. Oh, just test results. Yes. Can you use the dissection plan? No. Motive to become a doctor? Yes.
Here's what I'm thinking about. Let's
Third
think.
year's curse, third sacrifice.
Where are we in the lore right now? So we just got Kozumi's congratulations. We just got the collection from.
So we are after
Rika.
the first
and
curse.
second.
We're after the first curse and second curse because that's Sadako's parents. So we're coming up to the third curse.
We just need a couple things. So maybe we need
which requires
we don't
this.
have the results. So okay.
So this is what we need to get to in order to get to here.
So if we don't have the results, how do we get the results?
Must not be allowed to visit his sister. We have that. Sense of responsibility. We might have this.
Actually, we might have that.
We already saved.
Yeah, click on that. Okay.
No.
Damn. What are we missing?
We are assuming we have something that we don't have something that we do.
That we do. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's logic this backwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go all the way left. So, if we need the results, mouse over the results. The dose experiment. We need Sadako and fuck it, do this one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Plans for Sadako-chan's dissection are moving right along. I don't want Satoshi-kun to be sad. I feel pity for Satoko-chan and her hushed circumstances. I'm still struggling with how much I have to sacrifice for the sake of research. EDA? Huh? Sorry. What is it, Riko-chan? One of my friends have been in the clinic for a long time. Do you think she has Hinamizawa syndrome? Who told you that? No one. I just thought about it. So what do you think, EDA? Does Sadako have Hinamizawa syndrome? Rika-chan is on our side. So there's nothing I have to hide from her. Actually, I probably shouldn't keep anything from her. Yes, yeah. The problems with her parents and the sudden death, it was all too much for her to bear. Maybe that was what triggered it. Angry. What did the test results say? L5. She seems perfectly fine on the surface, but her emotions are extremely unstable. Since the other day, she's been refusing to meet with Satoshi-kun. Satoshi told me he's worried that it's taking a very long time for Sadako to get better. EDA, what will happen to Sadako? Satoko-chan is Rika-chan's best friend. How can I tell her that we're planning to dissect Satoko-chan? However, if I don't say anything, she already knows that Satoko-chan's situation is extremely poor.
Me looking at a 10-year-old child and going, we're going to kill your best friend.
Didn't you find out a lot of things when you examined me? Sure, of course. We're even testing the medicine which might be able to control the symptoms. Can't you give that medicine to Sadako? I thought about it, but it's too dangerous. We're still in the trial stages and trying to gather more data. We can't use it on someone who's in a delicate situation like Sadako-chan. Then, if you won't try that medicine, what will happen to Sadako?
She dies.
She spoke as if aware of our plans for Sadako-chan. No, she must actually know. I've told her about most of my research. She's more mature than she looks, so it'd be easier for her to figure out.
Do you think there was a timeline where Sadako actually got dissected?
Maybe. Possibly. Potentially. If there's even a 1% chance of Sadako getting better, then I think we should take that chance.
Thank you, Rika.
It's extremely risky. Worst case, she could immediately display terminal symptoms and hallucinate, or potentially lose her consciousness and spend the rest of her life just staring blankly at the floor. Either one would be too cruel of a fate for her. So are you saying it's better to have her die in her sleep? EDA. Just like Takano says, there are no guarantees in medicine. But if we don't do anything, Sadako will die for sure. I think it's clear what we should do. That's true. You're right.
Me getting scolded by a child.
But I know too well. C103. The medicine that's being tested may not even be something that can be used. It may not even have a 1% chance of a success. Worse, I can't even imagine what kind of tragic end she'd meet if her body rejects the medicine. That's why I'm tempted to believe it would be far more merciful to feed her her favorite food, let her gently fall asleep, and after that, dissect her while she dreams. I don't want to admit it, but Takano-san is right. I am being indecisive and showing a lack of resolve. How effective could the medicine be made by someone like that really be? So, because it was medicine I created myself, I couldn't even believe that there might be a 0.1% chance of success. I think we can believe in it. She spoke as if she read my mind. Surprised, I raised my head to look at her, and found her giving me a reassuring look I never would have imagined someone her age are capable of. People's lives depend on your job. It's almost absurd that a human being can control life and death like that. I can't even imagine the pressure. Her voice hasn't changed, but I feel like Rika-chan is admonishing me. Almost as if she knows what it's like to be responsible for human lives. Guilt and regret are a part of that. That's why you can't use the medicine on Sadako. Isn't that right? Takano-san said the same thing when she criticized me earlier. I'm being criticized again. But that's why I can trust you with Sadako. What? Human lives are precious. You understand that very well, and that's why you do what you do.
Jesus.
Without knowing that, how could you heal people?
God damn it. I fucking hate Rika. She's awful.
Do you think I trust medicine created by Takano, who thinks humans are just her guinea pigs? I shouldn't have laughed, but I couldn't help it. I felt like I should laugh.
I'm so happy Rika has the best faces in the entire game. Like, she has hands down the best sprites in the whole fucking game.
The fucking Moog face straight to the small frown.
She's unfathomably based.
Just put a little tiny, barely can hear it Vine Boom in there when she changes.
It's so subtle that when you're listening to it, you go, did I just imagine that? Like, did I fucking hallucinate a Vine Boom? Oh, God.
Both you and Takano each produce different medicine. I think yours would be the one to cure her, because your medicine comes from your heart. Your will to heal people is what cures them. You're absolutely right. I can't believe you're admonishing me about medicine. I let you use my body for Sadako. Everything you took out of me is for her. If you created that medicine with the knowledge of how precious human lives are, then of course it'll work on Sadako. Do Shrine Maidens take confessions? If they do, she's doing a great job being a Shrine Maiden at this age. This will be a gamble. The question is whether Satoko-chan will accept it. We don't need to tell her. Learning of the Hinamizawa syndrome will only dredge up the deep scar in her heart again. What did she mean by those words? When I realized it later, I was surprised by how thoughtful and perceptive she was.
See, she's so perceptive because she's seen it before, man.
Let's stop plans for the dissection. We're going to give her Hojo Satoko C103. I'll do my best to increase the chance up by even 1%. Don't worry, EDA. It'll work. Oh, you shouldn't be so optimistic. I know it'll work. It's already decided. That's a very reassuring prophecy from the Furude Shines the Shine Maiden.
Okay.
You can do it. Yeah, Star.
Me giving a 10-year-old child potentially medicine that will instantly vaporize their conscience because another 10-year-old child went, you can do it. Yay.
Nipa, Star. I love her retarded Moog face,
I
man.
fucking love that face so much. I love... Dude, Irie and Rika has been like a sleeper dynamic. That shit is so fucking funny.
Alright, we got the cancellation.
Woo! It's time to play H1Z1, the original, one of the older Battle Royale games. Back when that used to be popular.
Battle Royales?
Yeah. Oh, they still are, I guess, because
Well, it's extraction shooters
yeah.
that are the big thing now, right?
Yeah.
Well, kinda.
Well, Fortnite is like a traditional But no, cause fucking, what is it?
Fortnite copied fucking PUBG, alright?
Yeah. Well, PUBG copied H1Z1. H1Z1 copied the culling. And they all copied Minecraft fucking Hunger Games.
They hell copied, like, I don't know.
What is, fuck, what's the Call of Duty one that everyone... Warzone. Is
Oh.
Warzone an extraction shooter? I thought it was just a BR.
It's a VR. Pretty sure it's just a VR.
Okay. You
It's
know,
not an extraction shooter at all. I don't know.
I think... I think we need a MOBA. That's an extraction MOBA. It's a battle royale extraction MOBA.
Fuck off.
I want to play League of Legends against 100 other people.
Fuck off.
Gaming.
Sweetie,
Just making sure we're in.
Alright, no voice for now.
Here.
C103's implementation on Sadako is going well so far. It wouldn't make any difference to me if the experiment failed. However, EDA's extraordinary focus and attention to the experiment has avoided Sadako Hojo hallucinating or turning into a vegetable during the experiment. And surprisingly, we see prospects of her returning to normal life despite reaching L5. My body does not like me voice acting. C103 still has many issues, but this experiment proved that even a person who has reached L5 can be cured. I didn't believe it at first, but I guess I have to acknowledge EDA's hard work. Only EDA could have done this. He was tormented by naive humanism and didn't want to make mistakes, and that was why he felt obligated to cure Sadako Hojo. The reason why I dislike EDA isn't because of his achievements or abilities, but because of that weakness. But this time, I had to praise him for it.
That's... I'm gonna say fucking Takano.
I saw your report. I must tip my hat to you. No, I only did my job as a researcher. If that means fulfilling my duty as a doctor as well, then nothing could please me more. It's hardly an exaggeration to say that Sadako's our most valuable specimen. After all, she's the first human to reach L5 and live. That's true. We'll let her back to her life and keep our eyes on her. I'm going to tell her to come here every Sunday for a checkup. But how are you going to explain to her that she has to give herself a C103 shot 3 times a day? And also that she has to come here every Sunday. She has no subjective symptoms. I'm still trying to come up with a good excuse. I think I'll tell her that I want her to help me with my research. She has to give herself shots daily to come here every Sunday for a checkup. I'll pay her for helping me, or something like that. I guess EDA is determined to cure Sadako Hojo no matter what. He seems determined to keep her off the dissection table. He and I are in different positions, but I don't have any complaints about his naive ideals as long as they translate directly into passion for our research. If his plans can be put into effect and produce a different result than the dissection would, then they'll still be useful to the overall understanding of the Hinamizawa syndrome. I have nothing against Sadako Hojo. It's only that I see her as a research specimen, and if she can be useful in that capacity without being dissected, that's perfectly fine with me. We have to get permission from her guardian to give her shots 3 times a day. After her parents died, her aunt and uncle have been taking care of her, right? Maybe I'll go talk to them. I hope they agree to her involvement in such suspicious research. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure they'll be happy to once they realize they'll receive was 100,000 to 200,000 yen every month for it.
Is that a grand?
$10,000.
Holy shit.
$7,000 to $15,000 maybe.
Well, because 100 yen is $1.
Back then it would be 1 to 1. 10 to 1.
10 to 1?
Yeah. 1 cent to 10 yen.
Okay. So that's
You
1
just
cent
take
to
off
10 yen.
take off a 0.
So that's 1,000 yen is $1.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So then yeah, like $1,000 to $2,000.
Oh, it's 1 cent to 1 yen. Sorry, I'm stupid. Yeah, just take off a 0. It's not 10 yen to a cent.
Okay.
That'd be crazy.
Okay, that's fucking.
Hey, right now,
still-
right now it's like 2 or 3 yen to us, maybe 4 yen to a cent.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's so much money.
Do we have enough money? Do we have
No,
enough money?
yeah.
Sure, as long as we can produce documents that to convince Diro-san. Oh, it was the other way around.
Oh, well.
Okay, then I'll work on that. Also, we need to take action to prevent stressing Satoko-chan. We don't want her to return to L5. I hear her aunt and uncle are very mercenary. Perhaps we can handle them with cash. I plan to provide my help with their guidance too. I've heard Sadako-chan is getting along with her aunt and uncle. I never thought that would affect us in any way, but now Irie has to deal with them. Maybe he's developed some kind of sense of responsibility or duty as her guardian. I don't really care. The more responsible he feels, the more progress our research makes. That'll be a plus for me. By the way, I saw on the report on H170. Oh? Compared to your success, it's nothing, but I guess it was some kind of accomplishment. It's honestly ironic. This same research center has produced a remedy to save her from derangement has developed a dangerous drug that could instantly induce it. Irie wasn't involved in the H1070 research. That was my work. In fact, even if I asked him, he wouldn't have agreed to be involved. So, this dangerous reagent was developed during the process of uncovering the mechanisms behind how the pathogens controlling Sadako Hojo's brain could induce derangement or paranoia in their host. To put it bluntly, injecting H170 into a patient with Hinamizawa syndrome forced them to express terminal symptoms. It threw the brain into a simulated state of agitation, intentionally forcing the pathogen to grow unstable. If we continue researching this, it will be possible to drive anyone with Hinamizawa syndrome violently insane at any time. Studying the mechanism behind that will help solve the syndrome's mysteries. Okay, so I didn't actually remember that at all. All it does is make your brain paranoid, and then that affects the syndrome. It doesn't aggravate the syndrome. It doesn't directly affect the syndrome. I didn't realize that.
It's
not a magic drug that makes you hallucinate. It does something to you. It injects. It probably injects some kind of chemical in your brain
that makes you paranoid, which then amplifies the syndrome, which is part of the reason why it's quote unquote magic, because they can't figure out the traces of it because it's not directly affecting.
You're not plugged in.
It's not directly affecting the.
How long have you been unplugged?
Very recently, I just heard the music cut out. But it's not directly affecting the syndrome, basically.
It's not agitating the syndrome. It's agitating your brain, which agitates the syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Which is more reasonable because all brain chemical processes are
interlocked with Hinamizawa syndrome.
Well, it's just chemical reactions.
Oh yeah. No, that's cool as hell. We read that right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
All right, so then sounds like reread. I know we read the top half.
Studying the mechanism behind that will help to solve the syndrome's mysteries. So this study on H170 will be extremely important for future research. Also, this medicine has military applications, as the client requested. At this point, there's absolutely no use for it. But once our research progresses a bit further, this H170 could be spread at the right moment to cause a certain type of reaction. Compared to a killer virus, it seems like a useless pathogen. But there's no way to detect it in a dead body, and it makes it look as though the person just went insane spontaneously, so it must have some useful applications. The Marco Polo Bridge incident threatened to end research on Hinamizawa syndrome before. A historically important incident like that couldn't have been created by a killer virus. But it's possible with Hinamizawa syndrome. The elders of the Alphabet Project, the sponsor for our research, can think whatever they want about that. I don't care how they use what I've learned. My purpose is to solve the mysteries of Hinamizawa syndrome and to make people realize how important this research is. Also, to make people acknowledge my grandfather's accomplishments and achievements. Any military applications were just byproducts of the process that I didn't care about. The clients will appreciate your accomplishment. Maybe our budget will increase for next term. Passion alone can't keep research going. We need money. If I could do Dutch Vanderlyn voice. We must thank the sponsor for giving us so much funding. For this much money to come from public expenses, maybe Japan is richer than I thought. I could totally use a fucking Red Dead Redemption 2 voice for her. Umineko, man, it would be so great. I just don't know how to do any other voices.
Umineko's about to be silly.
They're public expenses, but they're expenses that can't be made public. Edie has no idea what I had to go through to get that money. Anyway, our research is going extremely well. Oh, I busted it.
It took months.
Anyway, our research is going extremely well. We don't know what we'll find about the Hinamizawa syndrome, but I'm sure every mystery will be eventually solved. I can hardly wait. What the syndrome indicates is that humans are simply empty containers, and what we believe to be our will is simply the actions of parasites that live in our brains. If that mystery is solved, it would have a greater impact than anything else in history. I don't think you have the evidence to make that conclusion yet, Tagano.
Could you imagine if that shit was real? That'd be fucking crazy.
It would probably be a lot like all the Alzheimer's research that was propped up on just fake research.
That just completely exploded the field of study.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
That is the truth, which nobody wants to believe. I'm saying she's like the bad research.
Yeah, no, 100%, yeah.
So much it'd be terrible. This is an achievement my grandfather predicted back during his time. I know now. I know the reason why my grandfather was so fascinated by his work.
I still haven't figured out if it's like an actual like parasite or if it's just weird like pathogens. Like, does everyone have actual bug brain, or is it just like weird pathogens that infect you?
So far, I think it's a pathogen. Because there's no like, I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it's a pathogen too. I don't think it's like actual fucking.
But the queen carrier shit is the weird part. I don't get that.
I don't get that either.
It has to be a parasite if there's actually a queen carrier.
Yeah.
Well, we don't actually know that there's a queen carrier.
If there are actually bugs in fucking Rika's brain. That was 4, right?
1, 2, 3?
Yeah,
4.
I think that's 4.
So like 2 more?
Yes. Before you click on anything, we're gonna save. Okay, what did we get from that? We got the research results, right?
H170.
Yeah, boom.
C103,
Oh, but we don't know the
H170, truth about
truth.
Shirakawa Park.
We don't know the truth about Shirakawa Park. Though.
What could the truth about Shirakawa Park be?
That it was, purposeful?
Well, that's C1.
Yeah, we don't have C117.
Don't have promise.
Okay, so then obviously we missed
It's either like Red Capsule or Third Sacrifice. If either being marked as opportunist. Oh, we need suspicion.
Yeah, we need
so
suspicion,
it's on the next
and
page.
to get suspicion,
Truth about Shirakawa Park. So,
But we have gotten the results for
so
103
this is
and
truth about.
107.
This is probably truth about. So,
That might actually be it. We might be here finally.
Satoshi Hojo must not be allowed.
Yeah,
and
I-
sense of responsibility. Do we
I
have
think
both
we're
of these?
here. I think we're at the Satoshi part.
Check on a Satoshi. Parts on job.
Which one has-
Footsteps. This is fourth sacrifice.
Yeah.
So it'll be the next year. We're currently in year 3.
We don't have Tomatake.
Footsteps is 4th year. Yeah, this is 4th year.
Mm-hmm. And then all that has to wait. So yeah, and we don't have Rika's High Fever. Oh, no, because we haven't completed 117, yeah. So then, yeah, it's most definitely an
An
accident.
accident at Shirakawa Park. You saved already, right?
Yeah. We're fucking gaming, dude.
Satoko-chan's dissection plan has been scrubbed, and we are getting ready to administer an almost totally untested medicine, C103. This experimental medicine suppresses the production of a certain type of hormone, and in doing so, it will stop the transmission of syndrome triggering Satoko-chan's condition.
See, I guess I just didn't. I have not, because it's like so late in the game. I don't remember any of this like scientific mumbo jumbo. Like I've been going through this game, be like, as far as I remember, it's all kind of just bullshit. but
The thing
now
I
it
am-
makes sense.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. I was like, the thing that I unironically have been loving about this game is it felt like a bunch of mumbo jumbo bullshit, and then you get to the final game and it's like, here is literally every single step. Because the whole point of the fragments is you are forced to go through the research process as they are going through the research and as they are discovering things and as they are figuring shit out. So Ryukishi literally sits you down and goes, look, asshole, if you thought it was all bullshit, you get to go with everyone as we discover
Right.
how it works, how the research works, how to cure it, what affects it, what doesn't affect it. Like, because
And, like-
Rika time looping is like the paranormal
That's
mumbo
the
bullshit,
paranormal
right?
mumbo jumbo bullshit
Yeah.
that makes the whole story interesting.
Yeah, but like this is the actual like, hey, here's how all the incidents happen, here's how everything worked. Like, as you are in a position where Rika is, where you've already seen all this shit before, now you are in the position of basically where Hanyu is, where you're figuring everything out, you're getting to watch everything as it goes down, to like kind of put the dots together.
What I didn't remember or realize, or I just didn't pay attention when I read this myself, is I didn't notice the like actual how the pathogen and the brain interact. So brain gets paranoid, pathogen reacts, gets more paranoid due to the pathogen, and it's like
and just spiral.
it just spirals.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Versus, you know, what they talk about with the Queen Carrier, where the Queen Carrier calms the pathogen, and then the pathogen releases fluid to calm the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a very interesting, like, give and take of, like,
And it's
all the medicine and things like that, that
the
they're
medicine, like,
developing targets the brain.
yeah, and the like C103 reduces hormone. It prevents a hormone from to stop the transmission of the
Yeah.
hormone.
Yeah. And I really like...
which probably it just finds those connections and
just blocks it.
and just blocks it. The same way caffeine like blocks tired chemicals.
I think it's super cool that all the medicine, the way it works is it affects the brain, and then the condition of the brain affects the parasite. Because a parasite creates a symbiotic relationship. So what affects the host affects the parasite. What affects the parasite affects the host. So I think it's super, super fucking cool that like all the human condition, like medical stuff you're developing is all developed targeting the brain to then have a counterbalance effect on the parasite. Versus all the mumbo jumbo Queen Carrier bullshit affects the parasite to then have a secondary effect on the brain. Like, I think that's a really cool dichotomy. It's like, here's the weird, ancient, traditional, fucking nonsensical medicine that's been around for centuries. We don't know how any of it works, it just kind of works.
Yeah.
Versus, here's the shit that we are literally developing, that we have learned how it works, we're learning what it targets, we're learning how to affect things, and so it affects the brain instead of the parasite. It's just, it's a cool dichotomy of, like, modern medicine versus, like, traditional, like, you know, folk medicine, I guess, you know?
It's sad because I've gone through this like twice, so this is the third time I'm going through. It's like, oh, it's making sense now.
It's a little treat every time you finish the game.
The mechanism of Hinamizawa syndrome is as follows. The pathogen takes over the frontal lobe of the patient's brain and induces increased responsiveness to paranoia. As a result, a patient voluntarily carries out excessively defensive behaviors to a problematic extent. If this induction can be cut off, then it'll be possible to save terminal patients from becoming deranged. But it only cuts off at an induction, so it's not really a cure. Ironically, the brain is an organ that learns. Once the brain has learned to be excessively paranoid due to Hinamizawa syndrome, even after the pathogen is eliminated, the brain doesn't simply unlearn that paranoia. In short, even if the pathogen doesn't induce derangement, the patient will be directed to such emotions of their own volition. Thus, it is impossible to completely escape the nearly deranged L5 state. The proverb, "a burnt child dreads the fire," is a good example of this. Even after the burn on your tongue heals, the fear of being burned by food again remains. When it ends up being a good thing, we call it learning a lesson, and we call it trauma when it doesn't.
Thank you, idiot.
We predict Satoko-chan's treatment will take a significantly long time, requiring both medication such as administering psychotropics, and mental care like counseling. We have to slowly unravel her mind's solidified paranoia while also suppressing the syndrome's induction of derangement. This is the treatment plan for terminal patients like Satoko-chan. However, as we are going to stimulate the parts of her brain that affect her emotions while they are being stimulated by the pathogen at the same time. It is possible that there could be unexpected side effects. Both her mental and physical strength holds the key to our success. We were going to begin the experiment once she regains her emotional stability and physical strength, but someone who threatens to disturb her emotional stability has been coming here every day. Oishi, the sly old detective from the Okinomiya police department. He thinks everything, from the damn protest to the dismemberment murder of the construction manager, is an organized effort to secretly conducted by the three families of the village. He even thinks the accident involving Satoko-chan's parents wasn't an accident. That's why he keeps coming back so he can talk to Satoko-chan. No matter how many times you come, I won't let you see her. She's still crippled by the shock of her parents' deaths. Can't you understand what she's been going through? I understand. I only need a few minutes with her, really. It wouldn't take long at all. If you want me to get a warrant, I will, but that's pretty serious, you know. I'm being considerate of Hojo-san, and that's why I haven't gotten a warrant. What are you trying to ask her anyway? I don't really understand. Well, actually, it's possible that the fall was not an accident. I know the Hojo couple were hated by the whole village after the business was the dam, but who would actually follow them on the trip and push them off? Don't you think that's absurd? Well, we could call it an accident. But if that was the case, there are some things which just don't make sense. Why lie? With those lies, I don't think it was an accident. What lies? But, well, Satoko Hojo-san said she was asleep in the car at the time of the accident. I think that story sounds a little off, doesn't it? Satoko-chan claims that she was asleep in the back seat when the accident took place, so she didn't get out of the car at the viewing platform. When she woke up, she didn't see her parents. Then she found out they had fallen off the cliff. Yeah? What are you laughing at a tragic event here, Connor? What could you possibly be laughing about?
don't you have any
No.
hacks?
No, I
or
don't. Thank you.
The trauma that Sadako has gone through of waking up in the back seat of her car and not seeing her parents and they're just gone.
So I was thinking about it, as like a joke when we went through the Sadako Hojo thing and she was like, everyone's trying to kill me, I need to kill them. She really kills her parents, huh? She really fucking kills those motherfuckers, doesn't she? Sadako really was like, hey, let's go on a, her parents are like, hey, let's go on a trip. And her little dubious level 5 deranged brain was like, they're going to kill me, I have to get to them first. And fucking murders both of them. That is crazy. What a wild fucking reveal for this. Oh my god, this is idiot.
Where is the lie exactly? You aren't saying Satoko-chan wasn't really asleep when she went over to the viewing platform with her parents, are you? That's right. Satoko Hojo-san was never asleep. She got out of her car with her parents and went to the viewing platform. I'm suddenly hit by a terrible possibility.
So was I like 20 seconds ago, idiot.
If what Oishi says is true, and Satoko-chan is saying she didn't go to the viewing platform, even though she actually did, it's terrible to even imagine. Why are you saying such things? Such a thing? Besides, why would Satoko-chan lie? That's just it. Why would Satoko Hojo-san lie? That's why I need to talk to her. Otherwise, this won't end as just a simple accident. Why are you convinced that Satoko-chan is lying? This accident took place in a different jurisdiction. The guys from the Shirakawa station conducted the interviews with the parties involved. There are things that bother me in their report. Bother you? Like what? According to Satoko Hojo-san's statement, her parents asked her to come with them to the viewing platform, but she was sleepy. She didn't get out of her car. Then she fell asleep and woke up after a while. She became concerned because her parents hadn't come back and started to cry. One of the park workers on patrol noticed her crying and talked to her, and that's how the accident was discovered. And at that time...
No, that's so
And at that time, guess what? According to the park worker's testimony, she was the one who first said her parents had fallen off the cliff. But you see, it's hard to see the accident site in question from where the car was parked. If you look very carefully, you might be able to notice the broken fence. But still, I think it's odd to say your parents had fallen off a cliff just because you didn't see them when you woke up. Normally, most people would say something like the parents went for a walk and didn't come back. It just doesn't make any sense to me that she told a stranger that her parents had fallen off a cliff without even being at the site of the accident. I want to ask her why she was so certain her parents had fallen off a cliff. That is why I keep coming back here. I asked her many times before she was admitted here, but all she said was that she doesn't remember or that she was confused at the time. Sounds like a politician, That's why I think it's worth taking that time to talk to her.
Idia goes through every single stage of grief in like 4 seconds. It's the thing where his sprite changes like 19 times and then back to where it was originally. It is a realization that Sadako fucking murdered the shit out of her parents.
That terrifying possibility had turned into a certainty in my head. I had assumed that her parents' accident triggered her terminal symptoms. But no. Satoko-chan had already gone terminal, and just before the accident, her heart filled with paranoia that drove her mad. She was under a lot of stress because of her bad relationship with her stepfather. She was also being scolded by her mother for not being able to get along with him. That made her paranoid, made her think that her parents considered her to be a bother. Bother.
Oh my god, bother.
Consider her to be a bother and were going to kill her. When they went to the viewing platform, she must have thought they were going to push her off the cliff.
when a tragedy took place, and she pushed her parents off instead, although she considered it to be self-defense.
Is that supposed to be storytelling relating to the death of Keiichi-kun and to Higurashi? Is that supposed to be a foreshadow moment?
Is it foreshadowing if it takes place after?
She killed the fuck out of those two.
Or is it like some kind of post-shadowing? Or
We call that pre-shadowing.
no, that'd still be foreshadowing.
Oh, after shadow.
Hit the button.
Because you have your before shadow and your after shadow. So if we were gonna follow the naming convention, foreshadowing takes the last 3 letters of before. Before has an E in it. So, so foreshadowing. No, because foreshadowing is F-O-R-E, right? Okay, no, so it takes the last 4 letters of before. So then after shadowing would take the last 4 letters of after, which is A-F-T-E-R, so it'd be T-E-R. So it actually would be Fter-shadowing. Yeah? Sounds like you got Fter-shadowed on, big guy.
Magfest.
More like...
I'm certain of that because I know Hinamizawa syndrome better than anybody.
The Magfest joke is Fter-shadowing. Because by the time the video releases, it will be after Magfest. We have been Fter-shadowing this whole fucking time. This whole time. It has been Fter-shadowing.
That's the episode. That's the name of this episode.
Fter-shadowing.
It wouldn't be Fter-shadowing.
Yeah, it's Fter-shadowing. Oh, for Fter-shadowing. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Fter-shadowing.
For Fter-shadowing. Yeah, my bad. I forgot about the F.
Fter-shadowing this entire time.
Dude, we're such great storytellers.
I couldn't have written it better myself.
That's what I'm saying. Ryukishi trembles at our actual life experiences. He could never write something like this.
This accident isn't an accident.
I love Fter-shadow.
It isn't a climb either, like Oishi is thinking. It is simply a tragedy. When I talked to Satoshi-kun about the family, I was even more convinced. He told me even though Satoko-chan refused to open up to her stepfather, he had tried to communicate with her. It's true, the relationship didn't go well in the beginning. Satoko-chan caused trouble repeatedly and even called the city's child abuse hotline. At that point, they received guidance from the Child Consultation Center, and they pointed out that the problem lay in lack of communication between daughter and stepfather. So the stepfather took a parenting course under the social worker's guidance, and awkward though it was, he made efforts to communicate with her. Satoshi-kun noticed his efforts, so he tried to talk to Satoko-chan about it. But Satoko-chan didn't notice him at all. The excessive stress she was under triggered terminal syndromes, and she couldn't understand her stepfather's remorse.
You see those 3 little like black dots in the sky? They're supposed to be the birds. They look like cells under a microscope.
It's foreshadowing.
Holy shit! I love Ryukishi and his stupid fucking piece of shit, dog shit ass, horrible fucking video game.
On the contrary, her stepfather's change created even more mistrust within her. As a result, they went to enjoy the beautiful view of the Shiwakawa Nature Park as a family to share the joy in that joy. Yet that humble, ordinary family wish couldn't even get through Sadako-chan. Through to Sadako-chan. What a tragic misunderstanding. Sadako-chan stayed in the car, telling her parents that she wanted to sleep. But then she got out and snuck up behind them. I
I bet he heard her footsteps. He pretended not to notice her, thinking that she was doing that to surprise him. It's sad just thinking about what must have ran through his mind. While he thought he had finally gotten through to her, she was actually approaching him with the intent to kill. But that's not Sadako-chan's true nature. It's the disease. Sadako-chan isn't the only one who is to be pitied. Her parents are victims too. And now Oishi thinks she's a criminal. Judgment and punishment are required for crimes with malicious intent. But what she really needs is understanding and sympathy. And no one has that understanding, except for me, because I know about Hinamizawa syndrome. I am the director of the EDA Institute, but I've never behaved in such or exercised that authority. But I'm going to do so for the first time since taking the position. I'm not doing it as the head of the EDA Institute, the secret research organization. I'm doing it as a doctor, so I can protect Sadako-chan. It's about the Hojo family's incident at Shirakawa Park, Nature Park. Do you think you can ask Okonogi-san from the Mountain Dogs to make it out to be an accident? Sure, of course. That's not a problem. The Mountain Dogs are a unit specialized in concealment and manipulation, after all. We have to put an end to it quickly, otherwise the police will end up getting closer to finding out about our research. That's right. Please make especially sure Oishi-san is drawn away from this case. We are at that delicate stage of the drug administration test. She doesn't need any more unnecessary stress. You're absolutely right. I'll let the Mountain Dogs know. I've heard they even have connections within the police, so I'll give the order to put pressure on them too. I'm sure the accident in Shirakawa will be concluded as exactly that within a few days. It was declared an accident. Only if it was one. It would have eased Sadako-chan's soul. Getting rid of the pathogen can't heal that wounded soul, nor can it erase the tragedy that has already taken place. Manga gamer. All I can do is my best, so the day she will gain her smile comes sooner. Thank you, EDA.
I love that every single child in the club has to live with absolutely, like, Atlas level, just crushing weight at all time, every day for the rest of their life. Every single one of them.
Every single one.
Nobody gets out free. Every single one of them is just miserable. The truth. I think you skipped it.
Yeah, we probably have like
Oh, you're counting, okay.
3 more episodes to go before we can start the real thing.
Okay. Fucking... The 3rd year, Rika fucking... Results and the truth about the Shirakawa Park accident. Okay, we're at an hour and a half. Do you wanna... Yeah, we can finish this fragment, then we'll call it.
Yep.
Alright. We finally get the fucking Rika Furude fever and fucking trust bullshit.
Rika has developed a high fever. A very high fever. It's not flu season, nor a season for any type of contagious disease. I can only think of
this is her mom.
Suspicious. It's you.
I can only think of the suspicious experiments Rika has gone through. Maybe the fever is being caused by those. Her growth is rather slow. I'm sorry. Her growth is rather slow compared to other children her age. Receiving mysterious shots and going through experiments every week. I'm sure her body is exhausted. I've asked the staff to go easy on her, but Rika herself is fearless and willing to go through anything. My husband, who should be admonishing her for that, truly believes their story, that it's crucial to the lives of over 2,000 villagers, and takes our own daughter to that clinic every week. I'm the only one who's sincerely worried about her health. That's why I want to ask Dr. Irie to be a little more considerate towards Rika. Anyway, I have to talk to them about taking responsibility for this. Right after I called, a staff member came to pick Rika up to admit her to the clinic. As her guardian, I came with him.
Please, calm down. We'll make sure she's okay. She'll be okay, so please wait for a while.
How can I calm down? Hello, audio. Why did she come down with such a high fever? Isn't this caused by the experiment? Isn't this... I hear. I just like go, ah! Like it's like every line I read is just on the verge. Isn't this caused by the experiment you performed last week? Rika is just a little girl, you know. She cares about her friends, so she's doing what she can for the sick girl.
I understand. There's no way our research would affect Rika-san negatively. Besides, we're being extremely careful so that something like that won't happen.
Then explain this high fever.
It's probably due to the change in seasons and...
How could this be a simple cold? This is because of the weird shot you gave her. Dr. Irie told me to calm down and refuse to accept responsibility. My husband told me this was all for the sake of the village, and that's why I've held back my doubts until now. But I'm at my limit. Their existence has been suspicious from the beginning. They're conducting their research in secret, using the privacy policy as an excuse. That was shady enough on its own. It's just impossible. In fact, I called the Ministry of Health and was told that wasn't true at all. Even after I told them I'm Rika Furude's mother. The clinic even come up with stupid excuses, saying normal workers often don't know of a special institute like theirs. That doesn't make sense at all. It's much, much too suspicious. Also, there are people who don't appear to be researchers working at the institute. They look like security guards, but they seem so different from normal guards at a hospital. In fact, one time I accidentally saw that they were armed with guns.
That is, well...
Are they policemen? I don't think so. Who are you all anyway? I refuse to believe that you're from the Ministry of Health. Dr. Irie seems taken aback by my intensity and can't even answer properly. They're still hiding a lot more from us. That tells me the research they're working on with Rika isn't anything proper. Anyway, I'm Rika's guardian. Rika is still a child. It doesn't matter what she says. I won't let her participate in this research anymore.
My. It's Rika-chan's mother. Hello. Oh, what's the matter? Is everything okay?
Kill yourself!
Ha! Well, Rika-chan's mother says she won't let Rika-chan participate in the research any longer. Why is that?
Because she's not your guinea pig!
We've never treated her that way. You're misunderstanding us.
I'm a little startled. Dr. Irie is a weak person who backs down under pressure. Takano-san is different. I'm yelling at her, but she's not afraid at all. On the contrary, she's glaring daggers, and looks as if she's about to jump on me.
Rika-chan's fever is caused by a cold. We didn't cause it. When it comes to safety and sanitation, we pay the same level of attention as the National Research Center. I don't mean to be rude, but considering you walk around while holding Rika-chan's hands without disinfecting yours with alcohol first, we are far more sanitary.
We're not talking about that. Anyhow, Rika isn't your toy. She'll never come back here again. Go!
You can't decide that by yourself. You and your husband both signed the statement of consent, didn't you? We have been depositing money that's by no means a small amount into your account every single month for her cooperation in the research.
What? I don't know anything about money. I've never even heard of that before. Rika receiving money for participating in their research really is news to me. And knowing my husband's character, he wouldn't have used it as spending money behind my back. I bet he thought of it as a free service for the villagers, and completely forgot about the money being deposited into our account. There haven't been any strange deposits in the regular account, so it may be in our savings. Anyway, I don't care about that. Yo!
If you want to breach our contract, we'll have to ask you to return the full amount of deposits we have made up until this point. Also, if one party's at fault for the breach of contract... Takano-san! Please calm down. I can't, make angry
Talking
comments
to
on right
angry?
now, apparently. Damn.
Yo, that... Yeah. Yo, the two baddest bitches at Hinamizawa, dude. I'm like, god damn.
God damn.
That's like fucking power stance, dude. What the fuck?
Mr. Fruit, please calm down.
No.
Mrs. Furude, you too. Just as I explained to you before, we must find a cure for Hinamizawa syndrome so the villagers can continue to live with that voice. For that reason, we need to have Rika-san continue to participate.
Then tell me, when are you going to find a cure? It doesn't make any sense. At first, you said this was for Rika's friend, Sadako-chan. But Sadako-chan has been released from the clinic and is now carrying on happily. You even told my husband 2 weeks ago that you found a cure already, didn't you?
Yes, I think I told him something like that. But you see, to solve the mysteries of the syndrome...
You didn't mention anything about solving mysteries at the beginning. Rika was to participate to find a cure for the villagers. So now her job is done. All the research and experiments you're performing on Rika have nothing to do with the cure. You're doing them out of your own self-interests. Aren't I right?
That's not true. It really isn't. Anyway, this matter of Rika-san's cold is just a misunderstanding. If you still don't trust us, then...
That's enough! Since money is involved here, I'll have to discuss it with my husband. Excuse me! Ah! They were just too shady from the start. Don't worry about that. Because of their exaggerated story, Rika and my husband took their side, but it won't work on me. Anyhow, I must settle things with them right away. Because Rika isn't their toy. I especially don't trust that woman called Takano. Dr. Irie seems to me like he's still a doctor, but she doesn't. How can I describe her? Evil? I guess I can say the glow in her eyes is just unpleasant. She only sees Rika as a guinea pig. I could feel cruelty emitting from her. Neither my husband nor Rika have noticed that. I must protect her. As a mother, I must protect Rika.
Okay, nice EDA jump scare.
That's not like you, Takano-san. Getting into an argument with her will only make things more complicated. It's so unlike you.
Bro, what the fuck?
I know. I'm sorry for losing my cool.
Flush Takano is a very strange thing to see.
There's something happened to put her in a bad mood, Irie wondered. The heated conversation she just had didn't involve the Takano he knew.
What a great fade out. What a great sprite to end the episode on. Absolutely fucking huge. I am so excited for the next 6 fragments. We're 3, 5, 8, 11, fucking 16, 24, 26. So we're
We'll
getting
do
there.
those last 2 pages all at once. Probably.
Yeah, I figured with it all being this
And
shit.
then we can take care of the last 16 in the next 2 episodes. So
Okay, but
probably I mean, it might.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it
Those
out.
might be 2-hour-long episodes. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right. Well, next time on Dragon Ball Z.